In the first 30 days of life, your newborn's body operates less like a fragile, helpless creature and more like a brilliantly designed masterpiece. Today, I'm going to walk you through 15 facts about your newborn's body that will completely blow your mind. Ensure you subscribe and stay till the end. Let's have it. 1. Your baby's skull is not one bone. IT is several pieces that move, and this is exactly why you must never shake a baby. Your baby's skull is not a single solid bone the way yours is. It is several separate plates of bone, held together by flexible gaps called fontanelles. Those soft spots you can feel on your baby's head. The reason this design exists is extraordinary. Those moving plates allow the skull to compress slightly during birth, molding to the shape of the birth canal, which is why many newborns arrive with slightly elongated heads. And after birth, those unfused plates allow the skull to keep expanding as the brain grows at its remarkable pace. That same flexibility that makes the skull so brilliantly designed for birth also makes it profoundly vulnerable. When a baby is shaken, their brain moves violently back and forth inside an unfused, unprotected skull. The blood vessels tear. The brain tissue is damaged. The consequences are blindness, brain damage, cerebral palsy, death can be catastrophic and permanent. From what feels like seconds of shaking. Never shake a baby. Not in play. Not to wake them. Never. 2. Your baby was born with more bones than you have right now. Your baby came into the world with approximately 300 bones. You, as an adult, have 206. Your newborn has nearly 100 more bones than you do. The reason adults have fewer is that many of those early bones gradually fuse together as a child grows. Your baby's skeleton right now is a more complex, more flexible, more brilliantly engineered version of yours, designed specifically for the task of being born and then growing at extraordinary speed. They arrive more structurally complex than they will ever be again. Let that sink in. 3. Your baby has no kneecaps, none at all. Your newborn has no kneecaps. Not small ones, not forming ones, none. Where a kneecap will eventually be, there is currently only soft, flexible cartilage. The actual bony kneecap does not begin to form until around 6 months of age. This is not a flaw. It is intentional biological engineering. Soft cartilage is far safer and more flexible for a baby curled tightly in the womb and then navigating the birth canal than rigid bone would ever be. Your baby's body arrived in the most practical design possible for the job it had to do. 4. Your baby cries with everything they have, but produces 0 tears. Your newborn's tear glands are not yet functional at birth. They do not produce real tears until somewhere between 2 and 12 weeks of age. So those dramatic full volume, earth-shattering cries you are living through right now are completely tearless. The emotion is entirely real. The urgency is entirely real. The tears just have not been switched on yet. Your baby is crying with their whole body, and their tear ducts are sitting there completely uninvited. 5. Your baby's stomach on day 1 is the size of a marble. This one makes every mother who has ever questioned her milk supply take a very deep breath. On day 1 of life, your baby's stomach holds approximately 1 teaspoon of milk, the size of a marble. By day 3, it holds around 30 mls. By the end of the first month, it reaches around 750-800 mls. This is why newborns feed every hour, every 2 hours, around the clock. Not because you are not producing enough, not because something is wrong, but because their stomach is small and it empties quickly. Every frantic, cluster feeding, never-ending nursing session is your baby doing exactly what a marble-sized stomach requires. 6. Your baby can taste better than you right now, today. Your newborn has more taste buds than you do, and they are distributed across a wider area, including the back of the throat and the tonsils. Their entire mouth is essentially one giant, highly sensitive tasting organ. This is why babies respond so strongly to different flavors in breast milk, which changes based on what the mother eats, and why the taste experienced through amniotic fluid in the womb already began forming their preferences before birth. Your baby is tasting everything, every feed, every flavor, with a sensitivity that no adult palate can match. They are the greatest food critic in the house, and they cannot even talk yet. 7. Your baby can smell you from across the room and will turn toward you specifically. A newborn's sense of smell is one of the most powerful and developed senses they have from birth. Research shows that within days, not weeks, days, a newborn can distinguish their mother's scent from every other person on earth, and will physically turn their head toward a cloth that smells of their mother over one that smells of a stranger. Your baby knows you by smell before they can fully see you, before they can understand your voice, before almost everything else. You are the most recognizable, most comforting scent in their entire world, and they've been finding you by smell since the very first days of life. 8. Your baby can switch between breathing and swallowing faster than any adult. For the first few months of life, the position of a newborn's larynx sits higher in the throat than an adult's, which creates a unique structural pathway. This allows them to execute an ultra-fast, perfectly synchronized suck-swallow-breathe rhythm. They can swallow milk and snap their airway back open to take a breath so rapidly, within a fraction of a second, that it looks completely continuous. Around 3 to 4 months, as the larynx descends down the throat to prepare for speech, this ultra-fast physical coordination changes permanently. The seamless feeding rhythm slows down, and they have to pause to take a breath. Just like the rest of us, a superpower, quietly lost in infancy. 9. When you look into your baby's eyes, your hearts literally beat together. Research shows that when a mother looks into her newborn's eyes, in that quiet, locked-in moment of pure connection, their heart rates synchronize. Your heart rhythms temporarily shift to mirror your baby's patterns. 2 separate hearts, 2 separate bodies, one shared, coordinated rhythm, through nothing but a gaze. This is not poetry. This is physiology. Your baby arrived in the world already wired to connect with you at the most fundamental biological level possible. Eye contact between you is not just a beautiful moment. It is a physical event happening inside both of your bodies simultaneously. 10. Baby girls can have a mini period in the first week of life. During pregnancy, a baby girl absorbs her mother's estrogen through placenta. After birth, when that hormone supply is suddenly cut off, the baby's body goes through a withdrawal. As a result, many baby girls in the first week of life experience a mini version of a period, a small amount of vaginal bleeding, as their uterine lining sheds in response to the falling estrogen. It is called pseudomenstruation. It is completely normal. It is harmless, and it resolves on its own within a few days. But if nobody told you it was coming, it can be absolutely terrifying to discover. 11. Your baby's grip is so powerful it can hold their own body weight. That reflex grip, when your baby's fingers curl around yours and hold on with surprising force, is so strong in a newborn that research has shown they can support their own body weight. Never try to lift your baby up to test this. The grip is an involuntary reflex, and their tiny muscles can tire out, causing them to fall. It disappears naturally around 3 to 4 months as the brain develops voluntary movement. 12. Your baby breathes 3 times faster than you do, and that is completely normal. A newborn breathes at a rate of 40 to 60 breaths per minute. An adult breathes 15 to 20. Your baby is breathing at 3 times your speed. And they do not breathe evenly. They go fast, then slow, then pause for up to 10 seconds before starting again. This is called periodic breathing, and it is completely normal in the first weeks of life. That irregular, fast, pause-heavy breathing pattern is your baby's respiratory system finding its rhythm. It settles gradually across the first few months. Until then, your baby is not struggling. They are just calibrating. 13. The hair your baby was born with will mostly fall out and be replaced. The hair on your newborn's head, whether they arrive with a dramatic full head of it or almost none, was grown entirely in the womb, and most of it will fall out in the first few weeks of life before being replaced by new growth. Here is the part that surprises parents. The replacement hair could be a completely different color, a completely different texture, and a completely different density from what they were born with. The baby you brought home and the baby at 1 month may already look like they have different hair entirely. Who your baby is growing into is still being revealed. Even on the outside, your newborn arrived in the world with 300 bones, no kneecaps, a skull that moves, a stomach the size of a marble, tear glands that are not yet open for business, a strong grip, a nose that already knows you, a heart that beats in time with yours through eye contact alone. Every exhausting feed, every tearless cry, every time you held their tiny hand and felt that grip close around your finger, all of it is part of something far more remarkable than any of us fully appreciate in the blur of those early weeks. Slow down when you can. If this video made you see your newborn differently today, send it to every new parent you know right now. They are sitting somewhere in the newborn fog wondering if any of it makes sense, and this might just be exactly what they need. Drop in the comments which facts shock you the most. I genuinely want to know. And subscribe, because we go this deep into the science of babies and parenthood every single week. I will see you in the next one.